Morning, here we are. I'm so excited for this class. You know, it's one of those classes where you are, you just don't know the importance until you get involved and you start doing it and you start like really understanding herbs and stuff. So today we are talking about spring herbs. And hi, Beamer. Hi, Apple phone. Zippity doo. I like that. Zippity doo da. Zippity. Hey, Maggie. How's it going? Nice to see everybody. I'm making my coffee, and then we're gonna start our spring herb class. Ooh, excuse me. Hi, Tim. Hi, German Shepherd. Oh, we love German Shepherds in this house. Nice to see you. Good morning, Robin. Look at these beautiful herbs. I cannot wait. Can you smell that? Oh my God. Can you smell it? So good. So good. All right. So we are going to get started right away because there's a lot to do and there's so many different herbs to go through. We're going to get through as many as we can. And then, of course, you have your packet you can get in the recipe vault. But first we do coffee. I'm all in, ready. Look at those. I know. All organic. Look, we have mint. This is mint. I got 2 cilantro because I like juicing it. And then I got Italian parsley. I am a big fan of Italian parsley over curly. It's a little too rough. And then look. Fresh dill. Evie. Hi, Robert. Thanks for my heart. All right, now let me just pour my coffee because you know that gets the party started. Hi, Kimberly. Oh my God, Kimberly, and so many of you guys helped me the other night with my plants. I got my sticks in there to check soil. Like June told me, I got a new spray bottle. My husband got me a spray bottle. I'm so excited. I'm all in. I got all the things to become a gardener. Kind of excited about it. Good morning, Janet. Thanks for my heart. Morning. Hi, Magnum. Nice to see everybody. Welcome. All right, how many people do cook with herbs? Or how many people just don't because they think, they don't do anything? Let's see. How do we do it? Uh-oh, hold on. Let me just close down the volume here. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, hold on. I'm just getting my other thing going here. All righty. We got it. Okay, we got it. Perfect. Yep, that'll do it. I think we got it right today. Oh, what does this say? Okay, we're gonna see. I think we got it all. Good morning, Magnum. Hi, Kimye. This looks so pretty, doesn't it? It smells so good. Oh, hold on, coffee pouring. It smells so good. Ooh, I cannot. This is my first coffee of the day. And I've been up since 6. I know it looks beautiful already, right? Okay, so now I also got these little boxed herbs. So you can get them fresh like this. But if you're not going to use them a lot, hi, New York. Nice to see everybody. It looks like we have it didn't. Interesting. This is very interesting. Hold 1 second, my dears. I'm gotta figure this out for 1 minute. Oh, what I was gonna say about this is it is very hard if you are not going to use all of this dill at once because, you know, it will not last as long as you need it to, unless you're like, you know, a super dill lover and you put it in everything. It's going to be very hard for you to get through this much. So sometimes herbs are sold in the smaller boxes and it's better sometimes to get them that way. Although they're not as fresh, it's still, you know, some could be better than, you know, buying buying this big bunch of dill. But when you see it like this, you can tell that it's because this is why they sell it like this. Is that, yeah, you can give it to me, but it's too hard to get on. So we're just gonna have to miss it today. All right, let me see. Oh, here, Little Wing. Let's do this one. I'm having a little trouble posting like the you know the diamond seekers. It's for some reason it's been a little weird, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Sorry, guys. Sorry. If you can share out the live too, that really helps us. You know. All right. Let's see if we can get this to work. Oh, I think it works today. Oh, we figured it out. All right. I'm going to share out the live as well so that we can get this party started. There we go. All right. Now we're in. Hi, Robin. And then if you can share it, I think if you share it before your heart nowadays, it's better. Like you got to get 100 people in the room before you can start tapping away. Is that what you've found, Robin, with your other mod gigs? I don't know. Is it the same? All right, I have to take my sip. I'm so sorry, and then we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna understand herbs. We're gonna talk about how to store them. All of it. I've joined your fan club for a year, Rebecca. I love it. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I want to get twine because I want to show you something. All right, so let's start from the beginning. So I had to bring in my twine because I want to show you how to tie up herbs. Okay, so now when you get herbs like this, I've joined a fan club for a year. I'm just so excited. Thank you so much. All right, when you get herbs like this, I don't think I can even. Okay, here. When you get herbs that are this much, there's a couple of ways that you can store them to keep them fresh. And then we're going to go through the herbs throughout the class so that you can see and know what to use them for, both for flavor and medicinally for healing, right? Ooh. Okay. I think I got enough shares in here. I'm going to share it all. So much work to get this going. All right. I feel it. I feel the love and the presence of everybody. If you don't forget to, drop the heart me, it's a penny love that really moves this along. All right. We're almost there. And then I'm going to show you. All right. We're in. Okay. Now watch this. When you have herbs like this, the first thing you do is you see how these ends are all dry like that? We want to get them so that they'll absorb water and you can hold on to this. So what I do is I kind of cut all the stems on sort of like an angle. I kind of think about it as like a bouquet of flowers when you get them so that you can set it up. And I don't take this piece off. I never take the band off because I'll show you in a little while why not. Now, I find now I get like a bowl, my shorty herb bowl. Where is it? I love this bowl. It's perfect. I fill it up, very small amount of water, just to make sure the herbs are going to touch it. And I'll rinse the water. I'll change the water, 2 or 3 times a week. And then I just let the bottoms sit in water. This keeps them fresh and happy. And, they're still, it's like putting a Christmas tree, right? You cut the Christmas tree sitting in the Christmas yard, and then when it in the tree yard, and then when it gets to your house, you put it in the, they cut off the end so that you expose, fresh root, stem, and then you just stick them in here. This is gonna save the life of your herbs for a little bit, okay? Then what I always say, what I like to do is, when I get to the point where, I'm not really gonna cook with them, but I don't wanna lose them, I have 2 options. I can either blend, chop them up and put them in olive oil and then freeze them in ice cube trays, or, and I'm gonna show you all of that today, or I'm gonna dry them. Look at that. Here's my herb pot. And I sort of leave this in the bottom shelf of my fridge so that I can, it's the tallest space. But look how beautiful that looks. Hey, Felicia. Hi, Anita. Thanks for coming in. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Herbs in a tall glass with water so fresh. Yes, keeps them nice and fresh. Hi, Anita. Sorry, I was doing this and I didn't catch everybody. Let me go back. Reposting, sharing. Yes, that really helps us. Rebecca, look at you, level 21. Ooh, thanks for the glasses. I got, Rob, I was talking to June yesterday and she said, try and log out and log back in and see if it works. And I got so much stuff back. T. Wendy. Oh. Oh my gosh, this coffee is so good. It's my first cup of the day. Okay, so you see, now remember, this will stay like this 10 days. The thing that you have to remember is you gotta change the water. You gotta change the water. Because if you don't change the water, it gets murky and, it can tend to get, a little funky. So that's when you do your fresh herbs, right? So let's see. So let's talk about this. Oh, we're not there yet. Okay. So these are considered also soft herbs, okay? Parsley, cilantro, basil, dill, mint. These are soft herbs. They have a much more tender leaf. Thank you for my little wings. Hi, Irene. Hi. New York girls. Okay. I put my herb. Okay. All right, I got all that. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so they have a more tender leaf. They are they're light in structure, so they're much more delicate. When you pick up a cilantro leaf, it's a lot more delicate. They are you're going to use these more towards the end of cooking rather than in the beginning. These you're gonna drop in, like I'll do like a vegan mulligatawny soup with red lentils, and at the end I'll chop up a bunch of cilantro and throw it right in. Let me move this out of my face. There you go. And then you'll. Good morning. Hi, Isabella. Good morning. I love lentils. Oh yeah, me too. And then so with. You usually don't use the stem as much. Thank you, Anita. Thank you for joining. So, hold on, I'm going to take more sips. You're going to use these raw when you can. These are used a lot, right? You'll see this in fresh salads. They're very cooling, very refreshing. You'll put mint in drinks. You'll model it, and It's Coffee TikTok. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for all the taps and love. Sharing, reposting is the best thing you can do when you have a small room. And then as we get bigger, but I don't even know Anita anymore because it's been a roller coaster. Do you go live? I haven't seen you yet, but if you go live, I don't know if you're experiencing the same thing, but it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. All right. Now, let me just move this out of the way. And then I want to talk about hard herbs. So these are considered what we call soft herbs, right? Now, the supportive quality in these are they're cooling, refreshing, and they support detox and digestion. These are those herbs for that. Thanks for my co-populars. That's what really rocks the live, honestly. I noticed that. Life be lifing, yes. Okay, so now let's talk about hard herbs. And I have these in boxes. So your hard herbs are rosemary. Oh my God, smell that. FYI, can't pin anymore since, what? Join the movement right there. There you go. Okay, now you have your rosemary. We have sage. We are going to have oregano. It doesn't last long. Chives. And then we have our bay leaf. All right, I'm going to put these on a plate. Look how pretty. We need a picture. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. I mean, you know, so many people, they don't know what to do with them, but by the end of this class today, you're going to learn so much. So now, hard herbs, rosemary, thyme, sage. Oh, I have thyme too. Hold on. I have more in here. I'm excited about all these herbs. Oops. I'm excited. Oh, I have dill in here. I forgot I had dill. All right, we have more mint. And then I have my bay leaf. Here's my thyme. Got it. It's the only one I was missing. Got it. I got more sage, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do with sage. And then I have my thyme here. I mean, you can smell the healingness of thyme, I think. All right, there you go. Look. Hard herbs, soft herbs. Thanks, Irish. Thank you very much. I appreciate that comment, that kindness. Okay, so what's different about hard versus soft, right? They have a strong structure, right? Their stem is a little bit hardier, right? There's the leaves and they're dense. Thank you for my little birdie, my little wing. Thank you. Hi, Heather, right? Thank you, June. So they're very structured, very dense. Oils that need time and heat to release. So in your oil, right? So with soft herbs, the soft herbs are very volatile. Their oils are volatile. They're easily lost with heat. You don't necessarily want to use heat on these, but with hard herbs, that they love it. They release their flavor, and a lot of these, even though they are fresh, they're good to start at the base of your cooking. All right. Now, all right. Supportive quality. Okay, how to use them. You add them early in your cooking at the base, right? Then you allow them to simmer, you allow them to roast, you allow the oil to sort of release, thanks for the follow, Sunshine, release that, their fragrance and into the oil, right? You want that in your base, and it just kind of fills your pot or your pan or everything else that you're doing. You can chop them really well too to deliver flavor. And you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of this, of the hard herbs. Now, supportive, where do they fall in the healing realm? Well, they are immune response. They build your immune system. They have respiratory health properties. They deal with circulation and a sort of like an overall energy, vitality, makes you feel. Oh. We have we use the 7th generation thyme spray, you know, the disinfectant spray. And honestly, I mean, at first you're like, ugh, but then the house just fills with like, it just feels better. It really does. It just feels better. Now, let's see. I'm trying to read this and listen. High exquisite taste. Okay, now what's next? What's next? Okay. Warmth and grounding to dishes. This brings fresh and lightness. Can you see the difference? I mean, even when you see them, one looks bold and one looks, you know, one looks gentle. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sage. I'm going to show you how to do that today. That's on my list of things to do because it's so expensive to buy smudge sticks. I want you to see how you can do it yourself. We're going to DIY a smudge stick today. Okay. I don't really want to throw this out, but it's in my way. Let me put it on the other side of the counter. All right. All right, we got our Baileys. Also these, I'm going to show you what these are for too. Because you can take all of these and stack them. All right, here, just a quick side note. You can stack these, dry them, and after you dry them, what you can do, hold on, you can like just sort of tie them together and dry them, and then you burn them, and it creates happiness in your house. Like this. You can just tie them together with a little twine, and then you just kind of let them sit and dry. Hi, Moon Goddess. And then it brings happiness. I have 4 giant bags, Baileys, for happiness, right? I think they'll burn a little. They might burn a little like this. Sometimes when the kitchen's cranky at work, I'll take these and I'll leave them right on my burner and just let them. Yeah, these are okay. Yeah, they'll still burn. And it really adds happiness to your house. Look, I have my little pot. You guys are gonna love this. Hold on. Where's my pot? I'll show you. Look, I have my little pot. And then I'll like just burn it. I'll just blaze it up and just stick it right in here. And it just kind of, my rusty old, a 1,000,000-year-old cauldron. I know, right? And it just sits there and it's just, now it's smoking and it's like natural incense. I have a baby cauldron. You know, I got a little Wiccan in me. I can carry it, do my spells. I wonder, would you guys be interested in doing some of that kind of stuff? A little white witchcraft? I knew I was drawn to you for a reason. I mean, Moon Goddess, you know, right now, guys, just so you know, yesterday, all the planets sort of aligned in Aries. And it's the first time since like, I don't know, 800 AD or something that manifestation it's like the strongest time to do your manifestations, like in thousands of years. Right now, this moon. So girl, talk it up, good food, natural medicine, astrology, we're here. I know. So just think about that. Get out in the moon, you know, get your intentions out there. It's time. It is the time this week. I'm at the end of my 19-year cycle. Ooh. this is the time, and it's the year of the horse. Just think about that. Year of the horse is all about like, I got goosebumps. Building, growing, success. And we're starting out the year in the biggest manifestation moon right now. Let's go. All right, at the end of the year, we'll see how we all did. Yes, it's time to make moon water. It would be a good time to make moon water. This time of year, make moon water for sure. Okay, let's get back to herbs. We could do it. We'll do a side class. We'll do a start big sourdough journey this year. See? Okay. Put your intentions out there this year. How long does it take? You guys know how long it takes to lock in a manifestation? How long? Seven minutes. Oh, Practical Magic 2. Oh, is that coming out? I think I'd have to see that. As for me, as soon as I put it into the wind. Wow, that's awesome. I guess I could say I'm like that too. You know what it is? Hi, Chef Liz. How are you this morning? How are your plants looking? Oh, they're doing okay. I'll show you them later because I definitely want to stay on this today. But yes, it was an interest. I had so much fun Thursday night. It was a good movie. I teach my kiddos that as well, even starting with small manifestations. Moon, my daughter's 19. She's 19. She's going to be 20 in November. And I did exactly that. And that kid is better at it than I am. She is so clear. And I just got off the phone with her. She gave me an eye roll and I was like, hey, I just kind of told her like, it's time. Let's go. She's like, I got this. It's like, we're totally off topic, but listen, this is my theory on this moon goddess. I don't believe, I'm like into, and I don't really understand it at all, but I sort of love the theory of quantum physics and I don't get it at all. Just so you know, I listen as much as I can. And what was the name of that movie that came out? Do you know it? My 7-year-old has been telling me she's in her 40s for the past 3 years. Oh, yeah, my daughter, she talks about how when she was little, how she was a Native American and lived in a teepee next to a fire. I mean, she's got the whole story. But for me, time doesn't move. We move through time. So if you can feel that or believe that, then everything we already want is already here. You just have to step into it. That's how I see it. Is that crazy? I don't think so. But when you sit and think of that, I'm going to have to invite you to my other mod job with my astrologer. He's exceptional. I would love to. Not crazy at all. Okay, good. Thank you. Hey, Jonna. All right. So that's how I see it. So I'm already have all my goals set. So when you think that way and oh, I'm already there, the universe just moves everything out of the way. Hi, nice to see you, Jonna. Welcome. You know what I mean? So the universe just moves out of the way, kind of, and you just step in. But he starts at midnight. All right, I'll figure it out. I'm going to try. I want to. I would really like to because I'm into it. I read books on astrology. I love it. I'm constantly in it. Rodney, Chef Rodney, are you over from Evie? Invite me too, please. All right, now let's get back to this because we haven't even started. Okay, keeping herbs fresh, simple kitchens, right? They're wasted because we can't use them all, like I said before. So you saw what we did here. Oh, that's cool. I would go. All right, so now he, Okay, so what I did here is I trimmed all the edges of the herbs and I put them in a small amount of water, sort of like what you would do with a bouquet of flowers or a Christmas tree, a live Christmas tree. So you want to, and this will last for a really long time. You just have to 10 days, which is great, instead of just leaving it in your fridge to just get all wilty and yucky and tired. For dried herbs, I mean, for hard herbs, these are a little hardier and they last a little longer. But like my thyme, you can see it's a little dark. Some of it's getting a little brown. So, but that becomes dry. These dry very nicely, you know? And if you want, you can do this. When they start to look like that, you can sort of do a makeshift drying thing, right? Like you can take a piece of twine, you can do this, and you want to hang them because if you leave them flat, they can get moldy. But if you do, and it doesn't have to look fancy or pretty, you could just do this and then find a place to hang them in your kitchen. Even if you did this, look. I have no problem just hanging my herbs like this. My husband thinks I'm a little weird, but it's okay. And I just hang them on I don't have a drying rack or a pole or anything, but if you do that, you're done. Look, you're done. So you just hang it and you dry it and you're done, right? Now, also, I like to make my own sage because I grow a lot of sage because I like to sage my house. When we rebuilt this house, it stirred up a lot of stuff in this area, in the area here in New York. Now, I don't know if you guys, oh my God, I can't believe I'm taking you on this little journey. So I don't know if you guys watch any of those things, but right near us is where they have that little stone area where they had those Druid sightings or something. There's like a lot of like stuff that happens in this area. So I'm always like, ugh, don't stir stuff up in the grounds. But when they did our house, it stirred a lot. So I like to smudge my house often. So what I do is I buy sage and I dry it myself and make my druids. Oh my God, I know. You're learning something new about me, Robin. I don't usually talk about it because people, sometimes people don't take you seriously. So I just let it be. Look, I do this and I dry it. It takes a little time, but then I make my own sage sticks and I'll wrap them and dry them. And then I smudge with organic sage. We are your kind of people. I feel that. And then I just dry this, just like this. You don't have to do much. It's not hard to do. So if you grow them, if you buy a package of seeds for a couple of dollars, instead of, this little box costs us $4, you can do it yourself, and then you just let it sit. I mean, I can hang it anywhere in my kitchen. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'll just do this. And when it's dry, it's dry. I don't have a timing. I can't tell you. I'm not like, I'm not that. I just, when I see it dry, it's dry. And then I tie it up with a twine and I burn it, and I'll burn this too. I don't care. When I have my fireplace, for when we have a fire, which is pretty much every day, you smudge also. Look at you guys. I love it. Yeah, but I like to do that here because I just do. Yeah, these don't burn as, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I just put them in my little pot and smudge away. I even have an abalone shell for my smudgers out there. I literally asked my mom an hour ago if she wanted me to smudge her house. Listen, if you're asking, just do it. If you have to ask, then you got to do it if you're feeling it. I have to tell you, I notice right away when the energy is off in this house. Everyone's cranky, snippy, bickering, and it's like, wait a minute. We're done. So herbs, for me, herbs are flavor, they're medicinally healing, but they're also energy healing. Don't forget that piece. Moon. That's a really special time because, you know, you can't keep everything, but you have to keep the most special. Do you know the reason why I wear sweat? You see me, I'm always in a sweater. I'm going to tell you why right now. You're going to make me cry. Oh my God. I wear sweaters every day because of my grandmother. And I have 3 of her sweaters. I don't wear them anymore, but you know, they're just really old. But one of my grandmothers wore a sweater every single day. And I always wear a sweater. Even in the summer, you will see me in a sweater because it keeps me close to my grandparents yesterday and I have her perfume. Yeah, all of that. I think for me, I think her passing, she becomes, right, your angel. She's with you because really that's just the next stage. So it's like now you have her with you all the time. I had a moment just maybe 2 years ago for the first time since she passed, and she passed a long time ago. I wasn't here. Oh, you guys want to hear it? You want to hear this story? Oh my God, I got goosebumps. My grandma's here. It really is, Moon. It is, you know, pick that thing, pick the one possession that, you know, that you connect with grandma with and just take that, you know, like that's the thing. I had a dream where all of my 2 grandmothers, one of my grandmother's sisters, and my auntie, when she passed, they all came to me in a dream. I actually felt my grandmother's hand. Like she actually took my hand and I felt it. I knew what it felt like, you know, like it was a moment I will, like I'm not crazy. You guys know me a year and a half, so it's okay now to share this, but it was unbelievable. I was like, oh, my grandma just held my hand. And I called my mom. I'm like, Ma, Grandma, it's her mom. I know exactly what you mean. It was unbelievable, Mary. Thank you for holding this space for us. Honestly, Moon, it is, you're welcome. My entire body is a goosebump right now. My whole body, from my actual scalp to my feet. Thanks for the follow, Tammy. Good, sweet morning, Kath. You guys want to hear a story? I want to tell you this story. I tell this story to my closest friends and family and friends. My family knows it, but so Kim Ye, thank you so much. All right, this is our space right there. That's the number today. We got to push us that next fragment. Felt like home. Felt like home. Yes, totally felt like home. So my grandmother was the Energizer Bunny. Like she just kept moving. Like my mom, her daughter, you know, it's in my mother's line. I got it. I got those genes. So we're going to be together till I'm like 95. I'm going to still be doing this. Continues to, we don't do that here, Chosen. I'm sorry. We are in a love bubble here. Please, just let's stay in the love bubble. All right. So thank you for the follow. So my grandmother, she lived by herself. My grandfather had passed away and she lives on Rockaway Beach in an apartment. So she could see the ocean. You could see the ocean from her house. You walked across the street, you're on the boardwalk. And she did her own thing. She was, you know, very involved, would go on trips. She was 79 when she passed. And she used to make Raggedy Ann dolls. Hold on. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to share this. Look at my girl. My grandma made this with the clothes too. She made this doll. Moon, find the pieces that keep you connected. I know, right? I know. And I have the Raggedy Andy, but the clothes are off it. So I'm not going to bring it out here because it's weird. My grandmother made them too. I know, right? So she was making dolls, watching Johnny Carson, and she didn't feel good. And she called one of her friends and she had a heart attack. So my kids each have a bear made from my great great grandma's clothes. Oh my gosh. I still have mine. He's like a reddish. Yes, I have red too, but this one she did them for, all the kids. I have blankets from her, like all the stuff, right? Because my mom, I feel like, is one of the last generations that's knitting. I mean, look, she looped all of this doll's hair. She used to sell the dolls for $10. $10. Can I join really quick? Yes. Hold on. Give me a second to figure it out, and I'm happy to have you. Okay, here you are. I got you. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
So this one's not from the same grandma, but when I was 2, my grandma from my dad's side of the family had given me a teddy bear. I still have the teddy bear. She needs a little surgery. I hold on to her neck pretty hard when I sleep.
Yeah.
She's also still wearing the exact same onesie that I had put her in when I was a baby. Or when I had first got her.
It's the best.
And so this is my teddy bear. And then my partner, also the same age I am, we met, everything hit off. He has a teddy bear that matches my teddy bear.
Oh, no. You didn't know that either, right?
I didn't know that at all. And so his did not have a sweater or any clothes. And so I went to Goodwill and I found
a little baby sweater for him. How cool is that?
And then before my grandma had passed, and ever since middle school, I kept telling her, I was like, okay, grandma, someday I'm gonna have that cookie jar on the shelf. I was like, you guys are gonna lift it up one day and there's gonna be a sticker underneath it with my name on it. And every once in a while I would bring it up and remind her. And before she had passed,
she put the sticker?
She didn't put a sticker on it, but she made sure that I got her cookie jar.
Oh, that is it. Those are the things.
Oh, I'm shaking now, but we got all her little things. I got some of Grandpa's stuff. And so we went through and we picked all of our special things, and now today's the day to just let go.
Yes.
My grandma and grandpa were part of the Great Depression era, and so
they saved everything.
My grandpa would see something on the side of the road. Immediately he would turn around, go pick it up, doesn't matter what it is, it would immediately go into their stash.
Yeah, they didn't throw anything
their
around.
Kids and us, we were not allowed to touch any of it. We were not allowed to go through it. We were not allowed to go into the shed. Hi Sissy, I love you. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And so now when we're going through it, we're picking up empty paint cans, shaking it why did you guys have this stuff? We picked all the important things. Everybody got to pick something. We're not having an estate sale or anything like that.
Right.
And so we're I'm joking with Grandma. I'm we love you guys so much, but why did you guys keep empty paint cans?
Because they didn't know when they were going to get something again.
Exactly.
And everything had a second use. That's why our landfills are so filled, because we're after the Great Depression, and that generation understood what it meant to reuse, recycle. We forget that.
Yeah, and now everybody is just full of consumerism, and they just go out and buy and continue to buy and buy and buy.
Look at storage areas.
I love going to the thrift store and even someone was like, "Oh, I'll have to get you one of the shirts made new for you," and I'm like, "You can just give me one of yours." I was like, "I shop at the thrift store anyways. I'm wearing people's clothes all the time." But thank you for letting me join. I just wanted to share the teddy
I
bear because
love
you
that
guys
you
had yours.
shared that. It's so nice. I will see you soon, my friend.
Hi, friends. Thank you guys for holding space.
Enjoy the day with your family and celebrate grandma. There's a lot
Yes.
of love, you know?
Oh, yes. All the little laughter that we're all gonna have pulling random things out of drawers and like, why did she have this?
Sometimes watch for her too, because you know her favorite perfume is going to show. You know, I am a complete and total goosebump right now, Moon. I'm just
They
totally.
when she was so another special thing is like when grandpa had passed 10 years before, 11 years before, everybody was there. We helped him. We kept him in the house. We took care of him until he passed. He was able to pass in his bed in the same room that grandma
Love
had just
that.
passed in. And when we were all standing around singing to her, they were flickering the lights on and off and like changing
Those
the
signs are
song or
real.
pausing it or, just like little signs letting us know. And we would all just laugh
Yeah, because
because
you
we were
know.
like,
You
because we
know.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But
Have a wonderful day with your
thank you.
family
Thank
today.
you.
All right, now let me see. I'm not good at this. Okay, I got you. Oh, nope, that's not it. See you soon. Yay! All right, so I'm going to tell you this quick story, and then we'll go back to herbs because it's a perfect timing. So this was my grandma's. We saw moons. I bet you everybody's going to grab their bear or something, right? So my grandmother had a heart attack, and she wound up in the hospital. And I was young. I was in my late 20s, and had a war with my mom, and I hadn't been talking to her for like a week. And she finally got me and she said, "Your grandmother." And I said, "What do you mean?" "Oh, you're welcome, Robin. She's wonderful. She's our new friend." And she said, "Come and you have your dad's car?" Oh my gosh. I love that, Kimberly. And I said, "Where is she?" And I drove to the hospital and she was sleeping, you know. And when I got there, I was like, Grandma," and she opened her eyes, and the first thing she said to me is, "Get my comb and my compact, you know, the powder," which is the only kind of makeup I'll use because of my grandma, and a pillow. Oh, yes. Isn't that wonderful? I love that. Or quilts with, you know, your favorite things from your family. So I got her that and I combed her hair and she's like, "Get me some lipstick," you know, so I fixed her all up. She didn't want to look a mess, you know. And I said, "Grandma, I was supposed to go on this like week long. It was the week of Thanksgiving. So this was like a Wednesday or Thursday. And the following week was Thanksgiving. And I was leaving for California for sort of like a success seminar. And it was the first one I was ever going to. And I believe this was like the mid 80s, I guess. And I said, "Okay, I'll be back. You know, after Thanksgiving, I'm coming back in the weekend. I'll come see you. You'll be out of the hospital by then." I think I flew out, you know, the next day or something, or I got in on a Friday morning and I was checking in at the hotel and they said, "Oh, you're Elizabeth," whatever my last name and stuff. And she said, and I said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, call your family." So, you know, they only had regular telephones. There was no cell phones yet. I called my mom and she said, "Grandma died." I I was a mess. Now, this seminar place took a picture before and after, you know, from the day one that you got there till the day. I mean, when you see my face, I should find the binder. It was devastating. I didn't know what to do. I was like, uh-oh. Like, I didn't know whether to go home, not go home. The first lesson I learned, the first person that spoke to me was one of the leadership of this event. My family was calling me. Half my family was saying, "Come home." The other half was saying, you know, leaving me messages at the hotel. was saying stay. So I asked the guy, one of the big facilitators came to me and he said, I'm sorry to hear about your grandmother. And he said, and I said, I think I should go home. And he asked, why? Why do you want to go home? And I said, I didn't know. I didn't have an answer. And he said, look, your grandmother passed. The memory of your grandmother is in you. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. She's around you. She's all a part of you. Are you going home? And I said, well, I guess I'm going home to say goodbye. He said, you can say goodbye right here. She's right here. She's right next to you. And I was like, it was like, to take that in and understand it. I mean, my family is Italian. Everybody's screaming, everybody's screaming, crying, drama, praying the rosary, all kinds of madness at a funeral. And then then they go and they drink homemade wine. Yes, Robin. And eat pasta and, stuff their face and everybody goes to bed, right? And then they all fight. So it's like, I took all of that in and I didn't know what to do. So now it's the first part of this thing. And now there's 300 people in the lobby waiting to go into the seminar. I haven't left yet. We're a little crazy. We are. And I hadn't left yet. And I'm walking in the lobby. Now remember, this is the late 80s, right? So I'm talking about my grandma, Evie. And there's no phones. So there's a house phone, the old rotary dial phone on the hotel, on this like half round with a mirror over it, a big thing of flowers, on this wall. And I'm walking by and there's literally 300 people. It's packed. We're all waiting to go in. And I'm walking by and the phone rings. And some random guy looks at me and I look at him and he goes, I guess I'll answer it. And he picks up the phone and he goes, hello? I don't know. There's a lot of people here. And he looks at me. I'm still walking. I'm walking slow because there's a lot of people. And he goes, hey, are you Elizabeth, my last name? And I said, I am. He goes, the phone's for you. And I get on the phone and I said, hello? And she said, it was my mother. Now, I haven't really spoken to her because we were in a huge fight before her mama died. And she said to me, look, the night before I got married, your grandfather came to me and said, I have lived my life. If anything happens to me tonight, you go on with your life, you get married, you live your life. I've lived mine. I mean, my grandfather lived, another 20 years. But she said, your grandmother would want you to stay there and do this. This is the next chapter of your life. You are trying to learn business and be an entrepreneur. You want to start your own business. You came to us and asked us to help you. We want you to stay. When you get home, you and I will go to grandma's and we'll take care of everything together. And I was a freaking mess. But what are the odds of being in a room with 300 people and that phone rang? Now, I turned around, as I picked up the phone, I turned around to see where that guy was. Couldn't find him. Never saw him again. I just never saw. I mean, of course there's 300 people and of course maybe he got lost in the shuffle. Of course all those things could be true. But also I was thinking, I know, isn't that crazy? It's a crazy wild. And I was like, oh, what are the odds? It changed my view. I really believe that, Irish. I do. It changed my view of moving on to the next chapter, right? It just changed my view completely. I'm not a big mourner of death. I don't think of it that way. I think of it more as And then I watched this movie years later where when my husband was diagnosed with cancer and I had a 6-year-old, and I, for some reason, it came across Book of Face, and it was a video of, it was some indigenous tribe in South America talking about the afterlife. And they were, they were on thank you, June. They were on like a canoe, and oh my God, it's already 11. Woo! And they were saying, we don't see, death as the end. We see it as the next stage. And it's just, I mean, I've had that message so many times. And then thinking about quantum physics, I read a book from Anita Moorjani called Dying to Be Me. And she spoke of how they take her through her life. I don't know if anybody's read that book, but if you're interested in this topic at all, read it. But this sealed the deal for me. She had she had this experience, and her moment was when she passed. She saw her whole life at the same moment. Everything was happening all at once. And I said, I get it. I get it. It's all deja vus all at once. So anyway, Dying to Be Me is the name of the book, and the author is Anita Moorjani. You can't, yes, yeah, it's amazing. The book, I actually, when I say I read a book, I do it through Audible. I read on Audible because clearly you see how much time I have. I cannot sit and read. So in my car, I listen to audiobooks. Half an hour back, half an hour. Yeah, I get an hour a day of reading time. Yeah, it's amazing. So thank you for my Go Popular, Evie. That's going to push our live out. Okay. Awesome. I don't know how we got there. Yeah, that it changes your experience, when you hear it so many times. It's like a message, All right. I don't know where we came. I think Moon, I got your energy today. So I'm sending you love and hugs and have Evie, thank you so much, Mama. Okay, now let's get back to our beautiful herbs. Ooh, they smell so good. All right, so we got soft herbs, hard herbs. So keeping them fresh, we did this. Trim the stems, place them in a jar, small glass, small amount of water, and you store them in the refrigerator. It keeps them alive and hydrated. It could be up to 1 week, 10 days. If you don't forget to change the water, you will get 10 days. Smudging for everyone. Yeah, happiness and smudging. So the damp towel method, wash and fully dry your herbs. I'm not a big fan of this because I have no patience to wash my herbs, dry them, wrap them in a towel. I don't have the bandwidth. But if you do, you can once you wash these, you can take a paper towel, or like if you have those thin towels, I'll show you. I have a few of them. Look, you take one of these like thin, sort of, a clean, thin towel. And if you're using smelly soaps in your wash, like those pod things, and they have a lot of stink in them, or fragrance, to me, wouldn't do it. We only use free and clear. I don't like that. But if you wash them, then you dry them, hey Char Strike, and then you just wrap them up in a towel like this. Then you can put them in a Ziploc bag. But remember, if there's any moisture in a Ziploc bag, they're going to get all funky. So this is my preferred method, but I want to give you what works for you. And then the other way that you can do this, and I think this works best with soft herbs. So you're soft, is I can do it with the dill because we have so much. But look, you're going to take your dill, and when you work with dill, you're going to just peel the stem off, right? You're going to take these off. Char Strike. For those of you, Ruth got her food recipes this week. Next one up is Cassie and Char Strike. I'm going to be sending you yours shortly. You'll have them within the week. I do all kinds of, like, I create recipes for you. Just sent me a big gift. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Char Strike. Oh, look at that, numbers going down. It's going to be the day. All right, now look, you see, you take this, right? You chop it up. Now, another thing for me, I notice when people, and I have to tell my crew this all the time, I don't like chopping herbs till they're a mush. Not my thing. Welcome, Nancy. Welcome to the fan club. Thank you so much. Love it. Yay! I'm going to show you how far I chop my parsley because people chop it and till it's like a mush, not into it. So what I do is, I don't know if you can see this. Let me move this out of your way. What I like to do is, I like it to be a vegetable. I like it to be part of the love of your food. So see, that's how I chop my parsley. I'm not a big fan. Now, if I'm plating something and I want it for a dish finishing, I will chop it a little bit smaller, but not much. Now, guys, I want you to know that I'm not washing these right now because I don't have my spinner out, but I would wash and dry all your herbs before getting to these stages, but you want to make sure they're completely dry. I just want to show you how to do these so that I'm not, I don't want to wait for them to dry. And I figure you can all wash. So see, for plating, you want to do it that size. For salads, I like this. It's big. You see the difference? That's a garnish. That's a garnish. That's part of your meal. You're going to love it here. You are going to love it here. Next step, I haven't talked about it once yet, but if you haven't joined the Recipe Vault, you're missing out. Over 550 recipes. You get all the kitchen hacks. You get all the kitchen pharmacy classes. Here's every month this comes out. This is our schedule on the right. You get a recipe. I talk about the All Access Pass. We highlight people in our community, pictures that I get sent. I give you guys a shout out. And then here's a love note from yours truly. And Tyler does this for me and he sends it out. Right now, I think we have, I don't even know. I think it's over 1,000 people in our email. So I'm excited about that. So these are all our classes for the rest of the month. Oh, tomorrow night, we're doing our springtime soiree. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up with the code Real Food or Let's Go and you get $5 off. So the class is $20. You'll get your recipes today and we are meeting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I have to tell you, if you haven't been to that class, treat yourself. That's the only paid thing that I do. And it's wonderful. We don't have more than 10 people in that class at any given time. And it's great. How do you get it? Click here and follow that LINK and you can find the links. And this is in the Book of Face. Under everything's the same name. YT has my replays. Book of Face has everything going on. And then, let me see if I can do this. If you join us here, join that movement, click on that. That will get us your email and you'll get on our email list. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow night. And then you can also see all those cooking classes. And honestly, when you connect to this group and you start taking the classes and you join the Recipe Vault, the benefit of that is that you're reminded all the time of eating clean, organic food. That's my mission. Food and healing. You can eat the same yummy food when you're using organic, nutrient dense. So it's just sort of that investing in yourself. Less than $5 a month. I mean, it's less than a cup of coffee. When you're driving through, getting a 20 ounce of sugar and caffeine, this is so much better. And somebody said it last week, you can download the recipes. You don't have to watch them, you read them in the app. You can just download them and they're yours. I'm eating parsley. Okay, so yeah, keep sharing the live, keep tapping all the love. And that's our goal today. Let me keep pinning. I'm gonna just keep pinning till we hit our goals. Come on, pin there. Okay, now, okay, damn towel. Okay, freezer herbs. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? Now, I'm gonna take this. I don't have ice cube trays. So again, this is not my thing. I'm not a person who likes putting garlic in oil either, but a lot of people like doing that. So I just wanna show you, I just found a little container. Where's my oil? All right, we're gonna use avocado oil because I don't know where my oil bottle is. That's odd. Okay. Oh, it's not open yet. Okay, the AI summary is saying sharing tips for prepping fresh herbs like parsley. Oh, thank you, Robin. All right, we're gonna. Oh. Okay. And you know I'm not a fan of this, so we pop that off. Okay, so watch. I pretend this is an ice cube tray. I'm gonna put this in here. And then what I'm gonna do, it's usually olive oil. Don't know where my olive oil is, so we're gonna use avocado. You're just gonna cover the herb. That's it. And then you freeze it. You freeze it. Now, you can, when you need flavor, you want a flavor lump. I can't say bio, you know what I mean. Flavor boom. You throw it in your soup, throw it in a sauce. You can just do this and you're ready. I'm gonna put this in the freezer and let's see how long it takes to freeze. In the next hour, let's see how we do. All right, now, you can drop them in soup, sauces. You can put them in vegetables, like say you love dill carrots or something. Dipping oil for bread, exactly. Now, again, drying hard herbs. Bundle rosemary, thyme, or sage, allow them to fully dry. Hang them in a dry space. So I just put them up here. I just hang them here. It's dry, our house isn't humid, you know, it's nice, the temperature's good. Yes, exactly, Robin. So that's it. That's the way you can store your herbs. So you want to catch them before they are not happy, before they're all wilty, before they don't look good. That's the way you do it. So now let's talk about flavor building. This is where I feel like we are not taught how to use them. So most people don't use them the right way, and they either put too much, too little, freak themselves out, and then they don't go to them. Like that's what I did with rosemary. I was in school. I used to take home economics because I went to school in the 70s and we still had home economics. And I remember making a stew and throwing like all of this into a stew and you couldn't eat it. And it made me never like rosemary again. I'm starting to appreciate it more, especially its medicinal purposes, and we'll talk about that shortly. But when you use herbs, timing is the most important thing. So hard herbs, this plate right here, this is when you add these early in your cooking. Soft herbs is more salad, think salad fresh, right? So with the exception of basil for me, like, cause I like putting basil in my tomato sauce early. I like it to absorb fast. I like, good morning, Alicia. Nice to see you. I like to put these in at the end, right? Because they're soft, fresh, delicate. You want that flavor right away. You want it to hit your palate. This you really want as background, deep, right? You guys got that? Think that way. All right, so next, chopping versus tearing herbs. Hard herbs should be chopped, right? Because they're very dense, they're very thick, you know, they're hardy. So you're not gonna be able to sort of tear this. So you want to actually chop it. Now, another thing what's great about chopping hard herbs is you're going to release their oils. Smell that. You're going to release the oils, and it's going to make that more fragrant. So that makes it, you can almost feel like once you do that, you can feel the oils. And when you smell this, when you smell this one versus this one's a tiny bit more fragrant. And that's because when you chop it, you're releasing the oils. My hands smell like rosemary. Great for your hair, by the way, but we're going to get to that. All right. Now, a simple rule. Keep this in mind. Nobody really remembers this, but 1 teaspoon of dried herbs equals 1 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of dried herbs, somebody can pin that. 1 teaspoon of dried herbs equals 1 tablespoon of fresh. Okay? So remember that. Like if you only have fresh and the recipe is telling you to do dry, you do it that way. And fresh herbs, again, are bright. Dried brings depth. So both have a place in your cooking. And you start to instinctively know that. Thank you, New York. You start to instinctively know. Hi, Callie. Okay, so when you're layering flavors in a simple dish, you're going to start with olive oil or whatever your oil is of choice, olive, butter, avocado oil, bacon fat, whatever fat you're using, and you're going to start with olive oil, and then you can add, what I like to do is I add my onion or whatever my allium is, onion, chive, whatever, not chive, a leek, scallion, whatever it is. And then I add my herbs and my salt, and I call it like blooming. Oh, the rosemary is going to make me sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Ooh, it's like all in my nose. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome in. Thank you. Oh, you can join that movement. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, you're going to start with the oil. You're going to add your allium if you're using it, and then you're going to bloom your spices. That's what I call it. You're going to bloom your herbs. You're going to throw them in the minute you smell them. You're going to get to the next step. Whatever the next step is in the recipe, you're going to do it as soon as you smell them bloom, because once they bloom, you don't want them to burn or die off. You want to get that flavor infused in the rest of the meal, right? So say you're roasting vegetables and you want to use fresh herbs. You start with your olive oil, you throw your chopped rosemary, thyme, whatever you're using, you roast your vegetables, and they're tender, they're lightly caramelized, and you can finish the dish with some fresh parsley. Don't be afraid. I think once you take this class, and if you're in the recipe vault, you'll be able to download this. And let me see, did I bring the picture? I made you another. It doesn't come out pretty. My printer's all messed up, but look, I made you another little sheet, and you can download it. It will tell you what you use it for and what it does for healing. So you just have a little sort of cute little sheet here. Okay. Right. So I would experiment. I would try different ways to do your herbs. And maybe I'll put another one together. You're amazing. Thank you, June. I just really feel like my purpose is to fill as many people as I can with this knowledge, so it never leaves the earth. Like, it's always here. You can pass it on. Food and healing. Not a lot of people talk about it. Not a lot of people cook this way. They're cooking, I know you guys get it. Hold on. It really is a style of cooking that really honors real whole foods. And, you know, you can eat delicious food and you can create delicious food with all of this and still feel good and still heal. And if you want eggplant parmesan or chicken parm or a meatball hero, well, it's okay because you're eating this way most of the time. That's the way I think of it. Hold on. Now my nose is running. Oh, that rosemary got me, but you're gonna find out why in a minute. Okay, combining herbs with healthy fat helps your body absorb key nutrients. So when you do, so one of the things that is kind of cool is herb oil and herb butter, right? You've seen me make that. Have you guys all seen me make it? I'm menu planning while you're listening, hanging out in the recipe vault. So many options, $5 a month, less than the price of a cup of coffee. Now, Kimye, you have been here since day one. Have you made every recipe in that file yet? Now, Kimye plans most of her menus in the recipe vault. New York, thank you for my little wing. We're going to get there today. So many. You've made so many, but you haven't gotten through it yet. And you've been in it for a year. So my point is that $5 a month keeps going. You never end, because not only that is you don't feel good. You just got diagnosed with something. Go look in the kitchen pharmacy side. If you have respiratory, autoimmune, the doctor said you have to eat anti-inflammatory. Hey, Ram, you can go into that recipe vault and find the section that relates to what's going on. And you can learn about it from the perspective of food and healing, heart, inflammation, anxiety, all kinds of things. It's so worth it. It really is. And for those of you who are buying cups of coffee in a drive-through, skip one day a month and put that $5 here. You will not regret it. Not regret it. All right. Herbs and herb butter. So did you guys ever see herb butter? Let me see. You have to take your butter out, and I forgot to do that, but let me see if we can, let me see, do I have butter that I could do it with? All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can soften this butter a little bit. We'll put it back here. If I can, I will. But you can chop up all the herbs you want. It's the best money, I know, for your health, right? And it's food you're gonna love. It's comfort food. It's, you know, it's all the good stuff. All right, herbs. So now when you have all these beautiful herbs, depending on your meal, suppose you're making a summer barbecue and you wanna make like a, you wanna have a little ciabatta bread on the table, just because you're making salads or something. Make an herb butter. Right? So in your mind, if I'm talking like that, and let's say the menu's going to be a poached salmon and, I don't know, a grilled chicken and some beautiful, beautiful salads. I want to have an herb butter to put with the ciabatta bread. Where are you going? I know where I'm going, but I want to see where you guys are going. What are you picking? Pick 3. I'm so excited. What are you guys going to pick? Pick something. 3, shout it out. A springtime soiree. Yes, you're having a springtime soiree. Exactly. What are you doing? There's no wrong answer, by the way. I'm never going to do that. Okay, we're going to use soft. Now, if you picked 3 soft herbs, parsley, lemon, and thyme. Love that. Ooh, all right. So now, you took me in a whole different exciting adventure. And I have a lemon. So when Kimye says lemon, you are getting out your zester and Well, here we have all this parsley on here. Now, here is where you're going to join the movement. Yes, my friends, join that movement. Here's where you're going to take, you said parsley, lemon, and thyme, right? And avanadza. So now this is where, and we're going to take some time. Oh, so we're doing hard and soft herbs, which I love. Is that what you said? Parsley, lemon, and thyme? Parsley, lemon, thyme. Okay. So now we're going to pick these off, right? We're going to use fresh for herbed butter. You're not going to, ooh, kimye. Now you don't need as much parsley as you would thyme, because remember the thyme is a lot stronger. It's a stronger scent. Now you're going to chop this really fine. This is where you're going to do it really fine, right? And then, loving this, didn't see this coming, and it's excellent. You're gonna take this, and now with the lemon, you're not gonna juice it, you're gonna zest it, right? Look at this. This is going in your butter. I mean, that's beautiful. Right? So in a stick of butter, you're going to use this. Hey, that's our cooking class. It is? Is this in our cooking class? It smells so good. Springtime story. I haven't looked at the recipes since I wrote them, so. But look at that. Now, you're gonna wait till that butter gets nice and soft, and you're gonna mix this in to the butter. That's funny. Oh, for the chicken, right? This is for bread, though. This is for butter. My hands, smell my hands. They're like lemon, thyme. Oh my God, it's so good. All right, wait, I'm gonna put a little bit more thyme. Some of it fell onto the plate. So I'm gonna scoop it up and put it there. I love this. Look at that. I'm gonna take the stick out because you don't want to eat a stick with your bread. Now, yeah, this Sunday, okay, that's awesome. But that's for the chicken, which is gonna be awesome. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna get a piece of the butter. I actually can't wait. You know what I'm thinking? Kimye, this on our Irish brown bread. Yep, you could make this in oil too. Both would work. Both would work. You could butter, right? So we're gonna get this to be soft and we're gonna mix it in as an herbed butter. But you see, like, look at that combo. It's lemon, thyme, fresh parsley, right? You could do any combination of herbs that speak to you. Thank you for my heart, Mimera. Yes, I have the mulled and salt. Yep. That's what you want, right on top. Exactly. Look how quickly you elevated the meal. If you have a white fish, don't forget oregano. Yes. I think I have oregano here somewhere. I think I put it on the plate. Oh yeah, it's right here. We have it. Oh, I thought we were gonna make it through. Robin. Okay, now let's see. All right, so we're gonna just let this get soft and then we're gonna mix it at the end of the class because the butter has to be soft. Otherwise it doesn't work as well, you know, because then you get it soft and then you can get it harder. All right, now you get it. Now here's another one you could do. Now chimichurri is classic parsley. I've showed you my chimichurri recipe probably 4 times. You have the recipe in the recipe vault. Those are my services right there if you want to get to know us. Then you could also add, maybe you wanted to make your chimichurri a little different. Like, I don't know, maybe dill and parsley. Or maybe just a mint and parsley. Like, suppose you were doing like a Mediterranean or Middle Eastern. You could change that. Instead of like a cilantro, I would do like a parsley and mint with fresh garlic, and maybe do a lime juice instead of a red wine vinegar. You see where I'm going? You could do an herb oil like that, depending on what your meal is. You know, if you did like a cornbread, you could make a cilantro dipping oil. All different things. Oh, I see, and I can't even tell the names. You guys can see the repeat offenders. I can't see it. I just see rent. I'm like, ugh. All right. So do you guys get that? It's like explore. You don't have to make a ton of it if you don't like it when you make it. Just explore, see what works. Well, dill is always in tzatziki, isn't it? I think so. We put dill in our tzatziki. I just like eating fresh herbs. You know, parsley will clear your breath. Make sure you chew it though. I would experiment as much as you can with different herbs. Now, keep in mind, you know, if you buy them like this, you're going to have a lot left over. While I'm not the biggest fan of the boxed, it controls the amount you're buying. It's so much more expensive. But if you're growing them, and now's the time, you can have all of this right outside your garden and pick as you go. And right before it ends, and mint, right before it ends, you will, you know, right before the season ends, before it all dries up, and if, you know, you get back into the, you know, the end of the summer, cut it all down, make your oil, make your dried, make your dried oil and your free, you know, in your freezer, and you'll have a lot throughout the winter. Because it's expensive to buy dry, you know, herbs in the store. They cost a lot of money. These little boxes are like $3-4, especially if you're going to do organic. And it's like, for $3, you can buy, you know, 100, 200 seeds and have your own. And they're easy to grow. Very easy to grow. All right. If you guys can, let's keep our goals going. We're so close. We definitely want to finish the ones that we have posted. So if you think about it and you're here and you want to love us up, go for it. I like how Evie says it. She's like, if you want to bless me, so maybe can I steal that from Evie? Evie? It's okay, right? I don't think she would mind. I like that. And some herbs come back year after year. My mint is in the garden. It's starting. And my comfrey, I'm on the fence whether to show you my comfrey, like how to make comfrey salve again. I'm better at these lives now. It takes a little time because we need 30 days. Would you guys like to see it? I think it's an important herb to have in your house for 2 reasons. If you have young kids, you can never get rid of mint. It spreads year after year. My boyfriend tore his bicep, would like to learn the comfrey salve. Oh, all right. Christina, it won't be ready before he heals, but if you get to a health food store and you find, you can find a comfrey salve, but I don't know where you live, but if you get out in the woods, it usually grows wild. Here, you want me to take you guys out to see it? Let's go look. I'm going to take you outside to see. Because if I take you outside and you see it, because right now is when it is the most medicinal. All right, hold on. Let me flip my camera. Oh, it's sunny out. I almost ended the live. Hold on. That's it. Now, I started with this one plant, and look what I have now. These two. It's right out my front door. And look, I'm drying. These are dandelions, and you see these roots? I'm going to make dandelion root tea. I've been just letting them dry in the sun, and I'm going to pick them up later. But this is when you want it. Right here. These baby leaves are the most medicinal. They're beautiful, right? This is comfrey. So I'm going to wait till these get a little bit more mature, and I'm going to pick all of these small leaves off of this plant. And then, these are all my dandelion roots. I'm just letting them dry in the sun. I took them out of the ground last night. Look at this one. This is it. Look at that. That is one medicinal root right here. So I'm going to use these. But if you, they're so cool, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, here, let me get you close to the leaf there. Take that picture. Got it? Yeah, if you can find that. Let me flip my camera and we'll go back inside. But that's right in the front of my yard. It's like right outside my steps. It's so nice out today. My goodness. Got a box here. Here's my Indonesian rice patty goddess. All right, we're back. You're welcome. Yeah, mine won't be ready. I mean, I do have some of my salve left, but I could send it to you, I guess. I could do that. If you email me, I'll send you one of my jars. But I would infuse a little bit extra comfrey, like the drops. And then if you can find the big leaves, I like to wrap it. But I healed my daughter's broken collarbone when she was very young. She was young. I want to say she was 11, 12, 13. And I made her, she did not like it. I made a poultice of fresh comfrey leaves and then like wrapped her shoulder and the carrier oil I used was what do you call it? What's the heavy oil that everybody uses now? It's just all the rage. Oh my God, why can't I remember? Nope. Castor, thank you. Castor oil. I use that as the carrier oil, and I would put a warm heating pad. She was, and her bone was like, it was done. And it sped up that healing so fast. I was shocked. I didn't believe it, but they call that plant the bone knitter. So it works. Oh, good. The castor oil will help with inflammation for sure. And if you're using castor oil, hold on, let me show you what you could get. You could try this. Hold on. Oh, where is it? Here, nope, that's lemon balm. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I had it in my hands the other day. Hold. Oh, I can't find it now. Why can't I find it? This is what happens to me. All right, here. I'm going to show you. This is lemon balm, but I also have the comfrey. This is the lemon balm. But you can find the drops of comfrey, Queen of Thorns. That's cool. Yeah, you got to get the good one, hexane free. Find in your local health food store a tincture that's comfrey. If you can't get the plant, get a couple of dropperfuls into the castor oil and make that castor oil pack. That will give him even extra relief. The other thing, you said he tore it. So look for somebody that does prolotherapy and or PRP, because those are both, one is a dextrose thing. That one's a little bit less expensive. It runs about 100, 200, depending on the practitioner. And it works. PRP, big for sports injuries. Thank you, June. Guys, we have to make it today. We got 20 minutes. Let's support June and everybody that's been blessing. Sorry, this thing, I wanted to show that. Hold on, let me. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. I hope I'm not giving you guys a headache. Thank you. Lord, thank you for that. Kim, yay! Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much. We're so close to getting all these goals finished. We're at 1.6. With only 40 of us in this room. It's amazing. I love it. I mean, we used to get like 700, 800, but I think the algorithm is different now that they sold it. I think that's what the issue is. But maybe what's better about this is that the people that come here are serious, interested, you know? All right, tell a friend. All right, so you got that? You see how that works? All of those, right? So now, we did the butter, we did the oil. Thank you so much, guys. All right, I think that finished another one. I think we have one more. Yep, we have one more, just our little birdie. I think there's like 3 more on that. We'll reset it till we hit that. I'm so excited. Hey, Anna. Okay, now, so we did that. Okay, herbal hydration. Let's talk about that. What does that mean? Well, you know how people infuse water with lemon or with... Thank you. All right, we're at 1.2. Let me see, we need 6 more of this love. Oh, we can't put it on there yet, the little birdies. Okay, now, herbal hydration. You're out, you want to drink something better and more exciting. Here's my go-to drink. And we're gonna add a little something to it. We made a beautiful drink the other night in our kitchen class. I'm gonna make another one. Here's another variation. I'm gonna take my mint. Smell that. Smells so good. Now, I have a little smusher. I'm gonna smush this. I'm gonna just smush it in the glass. Not only am I gonna smush that in the glass, but I'm gonna take a lime and I'm gonna squeeze the lime into the bottom of the glass. That acidity is gonna help break up, it's gonna help break up. All right, we got a little bit more time, not much, but a little. We're gonna put this in here, right? Hola. Okay, watch. We're breaking this up. We're making a nice summer drink. So we're taking our mint and we're smashing it into the glass, modeling. Thank you for my pop. Look, so we're crushing that. Now this is gonna release all of those mint oils, and watch this. Now, if you have seltzer, and I'm gonna use, because you know I love it, pure pomegranate juice. Now watch this. You're gonna love this. You get a little Pellegrino or sparkling water. For those of us that don't wanna just drink water on a summer's day, and you're definitely not into, you don't wanna drink a lot of alcohol, or it's just not your style or your thing, get some ice in there. And then I'm gonna do half pomegranate. Look at how beautiful, anthocyanins, a little bitter. And then I'm gonna take my Pellegrino. This is so delicious. And I'm gonna pour this. I'm gonna let it just sit for just a minute. Thank you for my beautiful butterfly. Look at that. And then we're gonna give it a stir. Be creative. Try dill. Look at that. And then you have that mint in there. It's going to be mint, lime, pomegranate. I mean, be creative. If you can't get pomegranate, try cranberry. Pomegranate juice, TikTok. Look at that number. Ooh. Now, if you let that mint and you let this glass sit for like 10 minutes, the mint is going to start to shine through as well. You know, give it a good stir. And here you are with a fresh herb, hydrating. Thank you for my little wing. We're so close. I think we have 4 more to go. We're so close. Thank you guys so much. It's very refreshing. And you know, if you're not in the mood to drink, and not only is it refreshing, honestly, but the pomegranate is filled with anthocyanins, vitamin C, polyphenols. Like you got all the, it's like rich, you know? And I'm doing the Lakewood organic pure pomegranate. So there's no ick, you know, there's no sugar. It's not, thank you so much, guys. We did it. That is good. It's like bitter, tart, good for the kidneys, good for the urinary tract. It's like you're having this beautiful, and people are gonna go, hey, what's that? I'd like to try it. You're gonna get people that are gonna wanna put vodka in it or gin. I don't care, whatever. But at least you're getting some good balance in it, you know? You do you. I'm not. I'm drinking it just like this. Yeah. Anemia, yeah, all of that, all those good things. And now it's like, just got on, what is the name of the juice? Jen, this is pomegranate. I'm using Lakewood pure pomegranate juice. And I'm just showing you, we're doing herbs today. I'm just, hold on, I just got to answer someone. Okay. I'm Bran. Thank you for my little wings. Look. So what we're doing today is talking about herbs for flavor and healing. We finished flavor almost. We haven't even begun healing, and I don't think we're going to get to it. When I come back, maybe I'll get back on, but we might have a part 2 to this just because we kind of sidetracked today. Hi, Cuddlebug. But it's yeah, herbs and spicy. Spicy chef is teaching herbal. Okay, so herbal hydration, right? Cold water, sparkling water, you gently crush those herbs and you just let them sit. It supports digestion, it's hydrating, especially in the summertime, and it's cleansing, it's good. At least now you're drinking something, not just water. If you're out, you don't feel like doing that, but you have something that's supporting you rather than draining you. We love that. And when you bring it all together, so let's do this. You don't need to complicate recipes, right? You just need to do 1 or 2 things. Like we did our butter. We're gonna mash this in a minute. You know, this is a wonderful summer spread. You see, we threw that together just by Kimye shouting it out. Look, it's starting to mush. Okay, perfect. This is getting soft enough. It could be a little softer, but I want you to see what I'm doing before the live is over today. But look, you could use a little more butter in this too. I just took a little because I wanted to show you. And if you have a butter mold or like a cookie cutter, a little round or something, you can make it look cute. You know, the little tiny ones based on what you're doing, you know. And then you can, instead of just blobbing it in a bowl, you could use a cookie cutter and make it, you know, a pretty shape, a little star for 4th of July or, yeah, right? You don't want to melt the butter. You just want to soften it. Butter. Andrea is tapping your screen. I need this for my salmon. Yes. This is salmon. I would get a cookie cutter and then you have these cute little plates of butter that are so nice. And they have butter molds, or you can just use a cookie cutter. You don't have to go spending money, you know. Now you have a little lemon in it. I'm just looking to see if I have you know how you always have a random cutter sitting around? Oh, look at this. I have a random cutter. I don't know if they're big or small, so let's see. Yes. This is great crostini. If you're, you know, oh, these are pretty. Look at this. Look. You see? And now you have this pretty little butter. See, it's so simple. So cool, right? Hi, Andrea. Nice to see you. I love your mama. She's such a nice human being. I connect with her so much. I just dig you. I love how you always end up talking about food. Look at that beautiful herbal butter. Now, what's inside this is fresh thyme, a little parsley, which is this is just pomegranate juice. I just grabbed the plate to show you guys. Kind of looks funny, but parsley. And then there's a little bit of lemon zest. Now watch this. What we can do to finish this butter off for something fancy. Hold on, I gotta change that plate. It's driving me crazy. Watch this. Watch what we do next. Oh, it's butter time, and we want a nice pretty butter on our plate because we're serving something so beautiful. Watch. We're gonna take this like this. Maybe we'll do like a cute little piece of parsley just to decorate the plate. Hello. And then watch this. We're gonna take a little shave of lemon zest, and then our flaky molten salt. Watch, I'm gonna just put a little. Am I in the plate? Yes. Molten salt. And then for the end, and look at this, your herbs become, oh, come on. There we go. Put a little bit of, like a little thyme sprig on there. Look how pretty. So silly, yet so nice. Wait, let me get that lemon on there. But you see how just something so simple, and this just becomes like a crazy flavor. They become an herb system, yeah. Isn't that beautiful though? Look. And you can present this on a plate. Now, you could put some ciabatta, toasted ciabatta, you know, warm ciabatta, you know, just like right here. You could maybe put maybe a warm steak and you drop a little lemon butter, or a warm piece of salmon and you just sort of melt a little of that butter over the top or spread it. But you see, this becomes like a nice, you know, you don't want to put a lot of bread on the table because you don't want people to eat too much. So you give each one maybe a little smaller plate with 3 or 4 pieces or 2 pieces thinly warmed of ciabatta, or I don't know, what else would you put on here? A sunflower bread with cranberry, I don't know, something delicious. Yep, you could totally, 100%, Meryl. You could make these for a party, a dinner party, and freeze them and then take them out. But remember, I know a lot of people love cold butter and bread. For me, I want to be able to spread my butter. So I want it room temperature. I want it soft so I can spread it. Thank you for all my laughing taco. Oh. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Evie. And Andrea. Thank you, girls. So beautiful, right? So we have that. Look at how pretty this is. Look at how beautiful herbs make a plate. something so simple, and that's all we actually got done today, is unbelievable. We didn't even get to the healing part. That was Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate that. So I have a cheat sheet for you guys. It's in the recipe vault. You're going to get all the information, like how to store the herbs, what's the healing focus, what's the storage. You get all of that. And then now let's talk quickly. I have like 10 minutes. I want to talk quickly about healing. So fresh herbs are not just for flavor like this. They're also for healing. They help balance, they help calm digestion. Mint. They help steady the nervous system. Lemon balm, our lemon balm tea. Calm, steady nervous system. Immune resilience. We're talking about rosemary, oregano, thyme, all of those things. Help the immune system. Break down mucus, all of those things. So think about it. Even when you eat them, they're still going to give you those medicinal properties. And you will see, sometimes you will find that you crave an herb, or sometimes when you're not feeling good, or maybe you're bloated, you're like, I need some parsley or mint, or, or you eat those foods and you're like, oh, these taste really good. Fennel. You can take the fennel seed. It's pomegranate juice. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Immune resilience, healthy circulatory system. Small amounts used daily can be meaningful, right? Fresh herbs provide antioxidants, phytonutrients, aromatic oils that stimulate the digestion and circulation. Chopping releases the beneficial oils like we did with the rosemary, right? Light crushing awakens aroma and activity, right? The mint, if you're going to eat a big meal, this is a great juice and drink to start your evening off. Even a smaller one, because the seltzer could get you bubbled up there. So let's see. Mint. I'm going to go through them fast because I want you to get some of them. And then again, for $5 a month, less than your coffee through your drive-through, you're going to get over 550 recipes and all our kitchen pharmacy and these kitchen hacks classes. There's probably over 30 pharmacy classes now, and definitely, I would say, at least 8 to 10 of the hacks classes, because I forget to post them. I got to post all that stuff. I have a lot of posting of recipes. I got to fill the vault again. We need more stuff. Ooh, what's this? Dreamtown. Never saw that before. I'm going to do all ones I don't think we've had that look fun to me. Okay, mint. Cooling, soothing, helps relax the digestive tract. Supports relief from occasional bloating. It's a great, now a mojito doesn't count. I just want you to know, if you're drinking mojitos, it's not going to help your digestion. But if you're drinking something like this, you are going to get some support, right? So just keep that in mind. Sans alcohol, right? Let's see what else. Oh, these are fun. I haven't done any of these ever. I'm just putting them out there and see what happens. They just look fun. Fun to do. All right. They're a little crazy. I'm being bold. Okay. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin. Oh, I got the mint. The mint finally hit. So good. Mint and pomegranate. Daresh is in the house. All right, now, so mint, cooling, soothing, helps relax the digestion, supports relief from occasional bloating. You can add it to water. You can add it to fruit. You can finish a meal with a few fresh leaves. Literally a few fresh leaves. If you have a bloating issue and you can't figure it out, or you don't want to change the things that you know are doing it, try, having a little mint at the end of a meal. Just chew it. Make sure you chew it. It's going to be a little bitter, strong flavor, minty flavor. And just make sure you really chew it before you swallow it. Because if you're just going to like cha-cha and then go, it's not going to work. But if you chew it almost like a piece of gum, it's really going to break down and absorb into the digestive tract, and it's going to be good for you. Parsley, it's bright, it's cleansing, it supports natural elimination pathways, and it encourages digestive movement. You get what I'm saying? Again, you chop it, cook it over meats. Meals, especially richer dishes, always include some parsley because that is going to help. Cilantro, it's fresh, it's vibrant, it supports the body's natural cleansing. It is brilliant for heavy metal cleansing. So keep that in mind also. All right? You can add it to grain bowls. You can add it to soups. You can blend it in sauces. You can put it in guacamole. If you don't have that like soapy taste that it gets and you like it, go for it. After meals, include a small handful of fresh herbs. Chew slowly. Now, here's the thing. If you know, right, the French eat their salads after a meal. And if you kind of chop all of these into a beautiful salad with arugula at the end of a meal with a little squeeze of lemon juice and some olive oil, it is a very good way to end your meal. If you have digestive issues, if you are not feeling good and you want to still sort of partake in some of the things that don't help, or you're starting to restart your digestion, a little arugula. And when I say, I'm saying to you, fill a cup like this. Because remember, herbs are powerful, right? Hold on. I'll show you what it looks like. Right? Put a little arugula in there. If you're serving a heavy meal to, your friends and family, great way to end. Now watch this. I'm going to take a little dill. And if you're into flavors, what better way to get flavorful, like a little flavor pop. Mint, right? Give it a nice chop because it's going to be like a lettuce, herbal salad. Look at that, right? Now, hold on. Look. Robin! Look how cute that is! Tundra Diny. Okay, look. Now let's get squeeze a little lemon. Where's my olive oil? Hold on. I have a whole bottle of olive oil. Where did I put it? It's not in the regular place. Oh, I found it. Oh, look, this, a little bit of olive oil, right? Just a little. And then I'm going to take a nice squeeze of lemon juice. Pinned a comment. Update 50,000. Woo! Maybe do a little bit more. That's it. Done. Right? Let's give it a little quick mix. Great herb salad to end your meal on. Look. With that big blob of butter. You can put a little toast with the salad. Totally defeats the purpose, but so what? Look, just that beautiful. I gotta try it. Do you mind if I try it? Mm. 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 That's good. But remember, you gotta chop it. You gotta eat it. Now, put a little toast, a little crostini with your big blob of butter. This is delicious. You got it? Who's doing this? Oh my God, this is so good. June, are you still here? Are you listening to me in your ear? This would be good if you can try this. If you could get this down and you like something like this is good. Yeah. Roseanne, we're talking about herbs. Could you eat this, June? Would you like something like this? It's very, lighten the lemon based on what you like. Yum, yes. Roseanne, I took a bunch of herbs off of here and some arugula, mixed it with a little olive oil and some lemon, fresh lemon. What I'm talking about here is medicinally, oh my God, my whole body is waking up. I'm starting my day with this. I haven't really eaten yet, drank some coffee. But you see, I think so. It's intense. There's a lot of flavors in here. And, it's just one of those things. And really, you don't need a lot. You don't. You could almost, if you're having trouble with digestion and bloating. Now, remember, this is medicinal. This piece right here is kitchen pharmacy, kind of. So less is more to make sure your digestion can manage it, right? You don't want to eat this whole bowl and then you're like, oh, what did I just do? Because it's cleansing, it's digestion supportive. Yes, exactly, June. You add one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So this would be after a meal, right? And you really want to break it down before you swallow it. Don't just bite it, chew it twice, and then get rid of it with a glass of water, because you're defeating the purpose. And then those of you who are sensitive with swallowing, be careful because some of the herbs might get stuck in your throat. So start slow if you're going to go after this. Don't go today and go out and buy 20 herbs and make a bowl and then think, oh, yay, you know what I'm saying? But this is a nice way to get your digestion going. Inflammation support. Rosemary, you can put it on roasted veggies. You could make a tea. It's going to help break down inflammation. Thyme, it's earthy, it's steady, it supports respiratory health. If you're the joke writes themselves. The jokes write themselves. It's so over my head, Rob. It's so hard for me until I see you and you crack me up. Oregano, bold, aromatic. That is very natural defense, antibiotic, like that whole sort of what do you call it? Antibacterial. Oregano is great. Oregano oil in your throat, oregano oil in your gut. It is powerful for all of that. And you can use it in sauce. So when you use oregano in your tomato sauce, you're also getting medicinal benefit. So it's not like you have to just eat the oregano on its own or spray it in your throat. Obviously, if you need some help with your throat, to all asthmatics, it's Mecca. The thyme you're talking about, Yeah, it's great. Herbs for the nervous system. Basil, mint. You add water, you finish it, you put it in a salad. Oregano. Okay, gotcha. Chives, mild, supportive, gentle flavor, not heavy, great for eggs. So when you look at this packet, I think there's like, I don't know, 10 pages in here of information. You're going to get even more information on how to use them, how they absorb. It talks about like a daily flow. How do you use them? What timing? What's the timing of it? No, that's okay. And then in the end, I included this little spring herb sort of, and it doesn't look like this. My printer's not printing properly, the colors, but it will tell you it's an aromatic, herbal, and then what properties does it have to heal? All right. There's just, it's just a little quick something. Coffee cake recipe. I will get it to, it's done. I just haven't pushed the button. It's been done. I'm going to get it to, tonight the rest of the day, I am home working for you guys. So I will be here and it will go to Tyler, and Tyler, it does pretty much all the uploads on Sundays. So it will be there Sunday, my love. Coffee cake. All right. We rock and roll today. Don't forget to spritz the seeds. Look what my husband got me today. A new water bottle. So excited. June, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, if you're new here and you just joined for the first time, please, please, please get to YT. That's going to have your replays. Book a Face is going to have your... hold on, I'm just ending my streams. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here. The Book of Face is going to have the schedule. This is the schedule for the month. You get a recipe, a whole bunch of information about our all access pass. We call out some of our wonderful cooks out there making food. And then you get a little love letter from me. So join Book of Face, join IG. YT has the replays. You're here. Don't forget, if you have not joined the Recipe Vault, you are missing out. It is the price of a drive-through coffee. So don't drink coffee out one day a week one day a month, and you will save your $5 for this. Because if you're not here working the recipes and reading all the health, food and healing stuff, you just get me. And you're going to forget stuff. So it's a great resource to keep, reviewing and remembering. And, repetition is the mother of learning. Have a wonderful day. Hi, Jillian. Welcome. Have a wonderful day. I will see all of you tomorrow. Most likely, unless I walk in and there's some la stuff crazy going on, I will be in my kitchen tomorrow morning getting ready for the day. And then we have our cooking class tomorrow night. So if you haven't come to a cooking class, tomorrow night is Springtime Soiree. It's $20 with your $5 off code. It is fabulous. We get the recipes out to you tonight, so that you can go food shopping and be ready at 7 o'clock Sunday. And you get the replay that you can watch. It's wonderful. Bye. Bye from Andy. Bye, Evie. Thank you so much. You guys should do a mom and daughter cooking class with us. You would love it, Evie. It's so fun. And it's just us, No, none of this. And you get the recipes ahead of time. You go shopping, you cook. Sunday nights, 7 o'clock. And I have if you go up there and see my friend Stan, in the BIO, I have all the classes through September. There's 2 a month, so you can pick. They're really great. And we have so much fun. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys. Don't forget to claim your points. It was fun. I hope everybody learned something. I will see you guys all tomorrow. And don't forget to follow Evie. Veteran, sweetheart, kind. She needs all our women love over there. Love you, mean it. Bye, Robin. Thank you, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye, Andrea. Andy. I saw that cute little nickname there. Bye, guys. Bye, Kath. Have a great day, everybody.